We've got a new nominee for Secretary of Labor. We're going to tell you all about him in just a bit. But before we do, it occurred to us that you can tell the entire story, in a manner of speaking, the Trump administration and what they're doing to the federal government and what they value and who they want running the place. The story of the four people who became or were nominated to become Donald Trump's Secretary of Labor. We begin with a guy infamous for using scantily clad women to hawk cheap hamburgers.
I don't think there's anything wrong with a beautiful woman in a bikini eating a burger and washing a Bentley or a pickup truck or being in a hot tub. I think there's probably nothing more American.
Nothing more American. That's former fast food CEO Andy Pudster. He was Trump's first pick for labor secretary, a huge critic of minimum wage increases, Obama-era worker protections, and paid sick leave policies, the very things the Department of Labor is supposed to enforce. Ultimately, he withdrew his nomination after a tape surfaced of his ex-wife on Oprah Winfrey in 1990 in disguise. The show was titled High Class Battered Women. She went on to make allegations of spousal abuse.
Remember, my ex-husband was a public figure. Everyone knew him and knew what he was doing. And once I made that public, he vowed revenge. He said, I will see you in the gutter. This will never be over. You will pay for this.
I'll see you in the gutter. That's Andy Pudster, the nominated Secretary of Labor she's talking about. Of course, Pudster denied the allegations. So then the next guy up, former U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida, Alex Acosta. He did manage to get confirmed, but ultimately just had to resign after he came under fire for a sweetheart plea deal to wealthy sex predator and longtime Donald Trump pal Jeffrey Epstein. Today is Acosta's last day. The new guy is acting Secretary of Labor Patrick Pizzella. Pizzella and disgraced lobbyist Jack Abramoff worked together in the late 1990s to prevent Congress from imposing basic labor protections in the Northern Mariana Islands, a U.S. territory. So the products made in the factories were labeled Made in the USA, but were produced in horrifying sweatshop conditions. Amazingly, the latest guy might be even worse. He's got a famous last name and a history of fighting protections for workers whose jobs require them to perform the same tasks again and again. And that story is right after this. The president has announced his nominee to become the Secretary of Labor, Eugene Scalia. If that name sounds familiar, it's because he is the son of that Scalia, the former Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia. Eugene himself is a big deal conservative lawyer, well known, doing work like defending Walmart when it faced lawsuits accusing the company of illegally firing corporate whistleblowers. He's most known, however, for helping kill what's called the ergonomics rule. It was a Clinton administration regulation designed to protect workers from injuries resulting from repetitive stress. That could be carpal tunnel syndrome if you're typing all day, or an Amazon warehouse worker who has to load the same box in the same way over and over and over. Now, Scalia portrayed the rules a nefarious union plot to slow production and force companies to hire more workers, and wrote that there was no way to prove whether an ailment was caused by work or by genetic factors or other activities such as sports. His aggressive opposition to a regulation designed to prevent on-the-job injuries helped make him a hero of the corporate right. And now Donald Trump has nominated him to lead a department whose ostensible function is to protect workers. Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.